We just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle.
Hello, future millionaires. This is Aztec, and this is the CSC. Let's get into Matic. Now, we haven't done this in a while, and it's not because Matic isn't doing big things. It's just because I'm letting it pile up so that this video can be that much more powerful. And to my, it just blew my mind. There's way more happening than I thought was going to happen so fast. Now, some of this information is not even being talked about on Twitter and YouTube, and we really have to break it down. Some major partnerships have happened. Some huge projects are looking at Matic, and no one's talking about this. So we have to talk about this. I want to explain some misconceptions that are going on with the validator process. We have to talk about that because we are truly on track there, and I'm going to explain. We'll look at the technical analysis and some of the very bullish things that are going on within the Matic ecosystem, especially some amazing projects that have recently launched on Matic and done phenomenal. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and go through this little by little as fast as possible. If you're not subscribed, you have to subscribe, guys. I get down and dirty with the details. I get into the white papers of projects. I talk about the things that are really most important, and I source data from things that are kind of outside the box to really get kind of like an elite level of information out to you guys. So whether it just be about general market or whatever it is, so you got to take a look. Basically, I pride myself on looking at the market in a very elite level, kind of like how the type, I guess, kind of like a Palm Beach type way, where you're going to get information that only people that are paying tens of thousands of dollars for are going to get, and you're going to get that here. Just been in this space for a long time, so I know how the elites look at things. Basically, I have to take a look at the Matic network chart. We're going to speak real general here. I am invested in Matic. You have to know that by now, but if not, I want to make that clear. So you have to know that. And also, I work directly with the project. So, I can't get too big into speculation anymore. But, we can talk about the general aspect of this chart. It is in an ascending triangle. That is the pattern that is forming out. And we recently bullwhicked off the bottom portion of the trend line here within this ascending triangle. We got a buy signal a couple weeks back, and we can see here that the histogram is showing that selling pressure is subsiding. The RSI is pointed upward, and if we break out of this, guys, the projected target for this ascending triangle is above 8 cents, and from here to that point would be roughly 340% up. So from where we're at now. So this is a very bullish chart, in my opinion. People kind of look at it and they don't understand that, Matic is kind of an oscillator. It moves up very hard, it moves down, but when it moves up, it explodes. So this is a very interesting chart to me, and I think it's something that we have to take a look at from a zoomed out kind of level, because you'll miss a lot of the overall impact of this chart if you're too zoomed in. So let's go ahead and get into some of the adoption. Basically, recently, Decentraland said that NFT wearables are coming to the Matic network. Minting and trading of wearables will be powered by Matic's high-speed, low-fee infrastructure. Wearables enable players to customize the appearance of their avatars, allowing users to express themselves. I think this is huge, guys, because these metaverses that are being created and developed on the Matic network are going to lead to exceptional adoption in the future, in my opinion. Gaming is going to be huge on, blockchain in the future, because the aspects of blockchain totally revolutionize the gaming sector. And it's inevitable that gaming at a high level comes to the blockchain. And right now what we're seeing is the infrastructure being created, the know-how, and just an overall general structure is being built, and most of that is actually happening on the Matic network. So with everything that the Matic network can provide, the big games and dApps within the space are all looking to the Matic network. It's just hands down. So we have to realize that Matic network at some point is going to do very well adoption wise, specifically just for gaming itself. But there's other categories as well that are really going to highlight Matic network in the future. Also, this came out and a lot of people kind of breezed over it. It says, we are thrilled to announce that we have now hit the huge milestone of 1 billion staked Matic tokens, in addition to becoming increasingly decentralized. As we continue to welcome more validators, the network is also becoming increasingly secure as more Matic tokens are staked. So if you don't know, Matic is a proof of stake coin, and the more Matic tokens that are staked to the mainnet really, basically just secures the network that much more. 1 billion staked Matic tokens is a huge, huge deal for the project. So this was really exciting to see. You can see here that it says 32.4% of the Matic circulating supply is now locked, guys. And that circulating supply that's out on exchanges right now is just getting smaller and smaller. That really frees up room for Matic to move. And the APR is still above or around 30%. So a really, really big deal. Really, really big deal, especially for a proof of stake project. Moving on, let's go ahead and get into the validators, because what I'm seeing on like Telegram and the type of questions that I'm seeing is that people think that Matic's going to miss phase 3, that it's not going to happen, that we're kind of falling behind, these kind of things. It's totally not true, guys. Matic is on track and can easily hit 100 validators very quickly, and I'm going to explain. So we'll start at the top here. This tweet says, validator onboarding phase 3 continues to gain momentum. The Matic mainnet is becoming more decentralized by the day. During phase 3, we're opening up the network to public validators, ushering in full decentralization. There are already 53 validator nodes on Matic. So it's here, once 100 validator slots have been filled, we will begin shutting down the foundation nodes. Matic will then be a full-blown decentralized public network powered by external validators. So what we have to realize is this portion here, where it says, during phase 3, we're opening up the network to public validators, ushering in full decentralization. Basically, that means that anyone can become a validator after several checks and being realized to be able to be an actual validator with the technical know-how and things like that. So that can easily be achieved. There's definitely enough interest from people around the world to make this happen, and that can happen very quickly. And when that happens, guys, let me say this, guys, when that is truly opened up fully, that means that more people are going to be buying Matic, because there is a certain amount of Matic that you need. I believe it is 1 million tokens to be a validator, and that's going to increase the locked amount of tokens within the proof of stake mainnet, and overall just going to make the market that much more hot for Matic. So we're not behind at all. There's already there was at this point, which was back in October, 53 validators, and I'm sure that there's more being talked to and joining, and also I'm sure that public validators will be coming at some point. So we're not going to miss this deadline, guys. Phase 3 is going to happen. Full decentralization is fully on its way. So let's get into Chainlink. Huge news, guys. Huge news. We're going to look at this article. We're going to just take a little section of the article, but the tweet itself says, Chainlink's market-leading price feed oracles are now available on Matic as our recommended oracle solution. Chainlink is providing access to real-world data for smart contracts on Matic with major implications for dApps from DeFi to gaming. Guys, this is huge. You have to have an oracle. You have to get data from outside of the blockchain, and Chainlink, out of all the second layers, chose Matic, guys. Chainlink is the number one oracle, the most powerful oracle at this time. And it chose Matic as its second layer solution. It's integrated, and I think that in and of itself proves so much. Now, moving on to the article here, let's go ahead and take a look. This was a nice beefy article here. And down here, I've highlighted this portion. It says outside of price feeds. Price feeds are going to be very important for DeFi. And VRF Chainlink will also be available as a general purpose Oracle solution for connecting to any off-chain API, empowering development of virtually any externally connected blockchain application. One such project taking advantage of Chainlink's flexibility and uniquely launching on Matic Network is Digital Bridge. Now, this is something no one's talking about just yet, but it does say it is a 2FA, two-factor authentication oracle built using Chainlink that allows developers to add an extra security layer into their smart contracts. So let's go ahead and just stop right there. Basically, this is a project that is launching on Matic Network that is specific and special, because this is something that is not anywhere else. It's adding extra layer of security, 2FA, to these smart contracts. That means what I'm seeing here is that the adoption is going towards Matic Network. The oracles and the data and all the dApps that are going to source this and need this kind of information are moving, probably to the Matic Network. Why else would Chainlink move over to the Matic Network? And projects like Digital Bridge move over to the Matic Network, and all of this infrastructure be built on the Matic Network over other layer 2s. Moving on. Chainlink was selected as the preferred Oracle solution on Matic Network because it provides Matic developers with access to high-quality data, decentralized Oracle infrastructure, Sybil-resistant Oracle nodes, and transparent process so users and developers can monitor how the Oracle networks and individual nodes function in real time. So basically, overall, again, just to hit home, guys, all the adoption is moving to Matic. The other layer 2s, they're just being left in the dust. Moving on, this is huge, guys. Shane Copland, now he is the CEO of Polymarket, and he says, information markets perpetually generate news through changes in price. Already people are checking Polymarket nonstop to follow the odds without even trading. So this is interesting because I guess what we're seeing overall is that these prediction markets are kind of like a leading indicator on where certain things are going to go. If you're looking at the election, a lot of people in the media were reflecting on what did, Las Vegas, the Strip, what was the betting odds there? And people were projecting based off those betting odds how the election would go. And what we're seeing here in Polymarket, which is on the Matic Network, I forgot to kind of clarify, Polymarket is a dApp that is on the Matic Network, scaling with the Matic Network. Basically, this type of data prediction markets are being viewed to predict the future. So people are coming to the application, the dApp, and viewing the statistical data there and trying to project into the future. So this is really huge, guys. Even Vitalik recently talked about Polymarket, and Vitalik is huge on prediction markets. A lot of the elite Ethereum guys are huge on prediction markets. And it's because, with prediction markets being tied in with oracles like Chainlink and being able to honestly kind of predict the future. It's obviously going to bring a lot of adoption from outside of our cryptosphere, and it's a very interesting piece of technology that is being created. So we have to take a look at this, and this is just interesting that we see that Polymarket is really just hitting so many different angles and pulling in so many different people, whether they be elites or people from outside of the blockchain world. Also, this tweet here from Sandeep was very, very notable. And specifically, we have to take a look at the tweet that he's retweeting. Now, Sandeep says, wow, Augur project team exploring Matic network. Now, guys, one thing that we have to realize is that Augur is either the first or one of the first dApps on Ethereum. This is a very big project, a very powerful project, ties to the elites within the Ethereum ecosystem. So a project like this is very important to win over. For if you're looking at the scaling battle and all the Matic second layer solutions here, you want Augur to be interested in you, and they are exploring the Matic network. He also says Polymarket and SportX project already doing really great. Great to see prediction markets exploring Matic network, ETH layer 2 as a scaling solution to reach 1000x more users. The next wave of adoption is here. So, in this tweet here, you do see that right here, it says L2 integration work with Matic network and off-chain labs. So huge news, seeing that Augur is looking at the Matic network. Deep ties with Vitalik, big news. And as you can see here from dap.com, like the daily users on this application are, for blockchain, they're big. You can see just in 24 hours, just 100 people using it, 7 days, nearly 600. And the 24 hour highest amount was over 2,000 people. So this is huge. There's a lot of transactions that are going on Augur, and people kind of gauge the future of scaling solutions based off the transactions. This is a huge amount of transactions that are going on and that have gone on, with Augur. So, if Augur moves over to layer 2, which I really think they are going to on the Matic network specifically, this will be huge just overall. Also, we have to take a look at this interview that Sandeep Nawal had, and I'll just go ahead and play this. This is what he says.
Is on the adoption side of things, which Matic is already becoming a very dominant force in terms of a layer 2 platform for the industry. But I think after that, what we want to do is that we want to offer more scalability solutions, like having zero knowledge proofs based securities, having maybe roll-ups kind of security. Like, we are still debating which ones like the layer 2 securities are the best ones to be had, but I think ZK zero knowledge is definitely within our radar, so we are also looking at that. Plus, we also want to have more enterprise bindings of Apple, Matic network, like more enterprises using Matic.
So basically, what we can see here is that a lot of people are asking about the future of Matic, where are we going, and what we have so far being that it's kind of like a plasma proof of stake type scaling mechanism. It's just the beginning. There's going to be roll-ups, possibly in the future, ZK snarks added in. There's going to be a very big scaling future for the Matic network. This is just the beginning. Also, he's talking about enterprise, and when I see him talk about this, it's very interesting, because I wonder who else is at the table, who else is eyeing the Matic network that he's not even telling us about. Lastly, here I do want to get into Augur Pocket and Easy. These are projects that recently launched on the Matic network. And we have to take a look at this as Matic investors. We have to take a look at this because projects are launching on the Matic network and they're doing amazing. Augur Pocket and Easy, easily probably 20-30x from their private and seed sales. So investors have done very well investing in these. I have some small exposure to both of these projects, and they've done extremely well. So we have to see that because there's a lot of success happening here. There's some projects that launch and they totally flop, but recently two projects that I know of that have launched on the Matic network have done exceeded all expectations. So this is really cool to see. There's been a lot of other success, but these are highlighted because they've done so well, and this is recent news, guys. So we have to see these charts here. They're just parabolic, in a sense, at least with Augur Pocket. And even EasyFi, was all the way up to around $8 from, and I don't know exactly what it was private sell, but I'm sure these tokens were listed in probably like around 10 cents, 12 cents, something. It's got to be right around there somewhere. And for them to go all the way up to $8, it's a huge deal. So don't quote me on the exact listing prices, but I do know that from what I've heard, they've done 20-30x. So really interesting to see. I think that it's great to see that projects are have a great launch pad off the Matic network, that they're scaling with the Matic network. Big projects are looking at the Matic network, and we probably have enterprise looking at the Matic network, and we don't know who that is, guys. We don't know who those guys are. Also, just to kind of recap, the validators phase 3, it's gonna happen, guys. Don't worry. Obviously, something could happen that could hinder phase 3, but not from what I can see. Just looking at this, generally speaking, it's extremely easy for them to hit 100 validators and open it up to public validators, and I think that Matic really is, as we can see, it looks bullish, guys, very bullish, and I hope that you see this as well, and that you take a look at the project and maybe find some things that I'm not even aware of. But overall, guys, I'm really excited to see this selling pressure subsiding on the weekly. Never give up on the future of money. We're in a bull market. Take it easy, guys.